Hi, this is Patrick Gould, and today we are going to do lesson 2 with Natural for AJAX, and we are going to show how to add labels, buttons and fields to the page that we previously created. So we're going to change perspectives from NaturalONE to AJAX Developer just by clicking on it, and we're going to open our page layout with the Open with Layout Painter context menu. And now you can see we are in the designer. On the right hand side are all the different controls that you could place on your page, and they go all the way from being containers to controls to grids to web, advanced, natural extensions, etc. The controls we're going to work with today will be the label control, the field control, and the button control. The first thing I always like doing before I work with a page is moving the exit button down to the bottom of the page. And that's simple to do. You basically right click on the header, you say cut, you go back to Nat page and you paste it as the last subnode, and the exit button will go down to the bottom. So now we can start by pulling in some controls onto our page. First control we can pull in is a label control. Next to that we can put a field control. And next to that we can put a button control. So now we're going to actually start working with the controls we have placed on the page. So to work with an individual control, I click on it. I could then come down here and I could change the value of the text field to something like please enter your name, and I could go down to the width and say we make this 300, hit enter. Can save that page and you see it will change the values. For the second field, this is going to be a natural field within the program, so I can also give it a name. So here I've called it name, and again I could change the width, hit the save button, and let's say I wanted to change the button itself, and then I could just change its name to say name. Hit enter and save off the page. You can see now I have 3 controls on the page. To finish off this page we'll add 2 more controls. So we'll add another label control and we'll place it underneath that one, and we'll add another field control and place it next to that one. So we go in there and we can change this to hello world, the little exclamation mark. Again we can make the width 300 to be consistent, and we can change the output field and give it a name, call it O name for instance, and give it a width of 300 and save that off. There is one thing I forgot to do, and maybe this will stick with you now seeing as I forgot to do it. I had to give my say name button a method, and this is what makes it event driven programming. So if I change this to get, enter and do the save button, I now have a method that will be inside of the natural adapter, and then I can use that within the natural program. So now we go back to the NaturalONE perspective. We could actually open up this adapter now and have a look at it, and you will see that these 2 fields are now in the parameter data area, our 2 text fields, and we'll also have a method inside of this code when we generate the base code from this adapter. So now let's go to our adapter code with the new controls in it, and we can right click on that again and we can say code generation, and let's generate a main program again, and let's call this NJX P1 and say finish. And we now go and look at this program. You'll see that it actually has the code in it now. So it's taken that parameter data area and turned it into a local data area, and you will actually see we have a method now called get. So from this you can understand that we can take the value of name and move it into the value of oname when we hit the get button. So the easiest way to do that is to go and add some code after the get button. So I'm going to come down here now and do some simple natural coding and say oname is equal to name. And now I can save this program and I can build it. NaturalONE, and we're going to build the natural project, which by now I'm sure you understand that that is the same as stow. So basically our code is now ready for execution, and to do that we simply go to the program again, right click on it and say NaturalONE execute. Again, this is what will be run underneath the default Tomcat application server, but you can also understand that when you put something like this into production, it will be running on an application server of your choice. So this is just so that everything can be tested inside of NaturalONE without having to go anywhere else. So this is our page. If I wanted to make it the full screen, that's pretty simple. I just double click on there, and for those of you who don't know me, you'll now know that my name is Patrick, and when I say name, it's going to say hello world Patrick. So that concludes our second video on how to actually add some controls to a page, and please come back to YouTube and you will see that we are going to slowly be adding more and more how-to videos within NaturalONE, Natural for AJAX, and other topics. Have a good day.